make it right. The last time you will hear. Talk of the town. You hate to look, but you love our sound. Ain't it nice to hear the sound of your head hit the ground? I got your number, you got mine too.
Greetings and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We are doing a painting table episode tonight. It's been a while since I've been here, and I appreciate everybody's patience for me not doing these. I used to try to do these once a week, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. You know how that is. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. But it's been a few weeks, so I'm actually back at the painting table. I had a plan this week, but it sadly fell apart. I was hoping to maybe paint a couple of miniatures from the original heroes from Frosthaven, but sadly, my paintbrush, my airbrush has died, so I'm in the process of getting a new airbrush. So that's the deal there. Greetings from the great yet mild Midwest. Yes, it is finally mild. This is very true, Broccoli. Finally mild Midwest. Love it, love it. Glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. So yes, sadly my airbrush has took a turn for the worst. So, and that's during the winters and summers. It's usually what I use to prime my miniatures. I don't use my spray primers that I have up here. I don't, which I have a ton of. But I use those in the summertime more, or the spring and fall, I should say. Mainly because it doesn't work as well, from what I understand, in like humidity and super cold. So I try to use my airbrush to prime, and I didn't have an airbrush. It totally died on me. So if you notice by the intro, we are going to be painting up a few characters from Madara. And why are we doing Madara? That's a great question. There's been a member of the community named Manuel, I believe is the name, and he's been watching my Middara videos and kind of commenting on a few things here and there, and it really got me thinking, I've got to get back to that game. That game is amazing, and I haven't been back to it for a while. So I'd really like to get back to it. In order to do that, I got to get a couple miniatures painted so that we can get that back on the table with fully painted group of characters ready to rock. So we're going to be painting up some Madara miniatures in this episode. Like I said, I was supposed to do Frosthaven, but it didn't quite work out. So what we're painting first off, now for those of you that are interested in not knowing any monsters coming out in Madara, this is probably not the stream for you. I'll be painting monsters that are just starting in Chapter 2 of Act 1. I think a little bit, just I think 1 or 2 episodes into Chapter 2 of Act 1. So that's the deal. I am painting Darkest Dungeon right now. Continue to inspire me, good sir. I will continue to inspire you, Dan. You watch. Ta-da! You're inspired. How about that? I'm just inspiring. That's just how I do it. Just that alone inspires people, I tell you. So, well, anyway, we're going to get... I don't know if that's actually pretty inspiring. We are going to be painting up one of these guys. Actually, I got a couple of them I'm going to paint up. First one we're going to paint up is these Blighted Guardians. This is our goal here. We're going to paint these guys up. For those of you that don't know how Madara works, this is the AI card for a particular monster that you're going to be fighting, and you're going to be going down and dealing with it. These are all its stats and its rolls and things like that. Madara is an absolutely amazing game. It is still one of my top games of all time, and it probably is still going to stay at the top for quite a while. And I know Act 2 and Act 3, which are two huge big boxes, are coming as well soon, I hope. So the miniatures are right here. These are the miniatures for it. We're going to paint these guys up the best of our ability with what we have. Blighted Guardians, we're going to put this to the side so I can look at it when I need reference. I always try to paint things similar as I can to what these actually look like. That's my goal. We'll see how it goes. But the first thing I want to do is I want to paint, if you look here, he's kind of got this, so this is like, almost looks like an old person of some kind that almost looks like it's got overrun by The Last of Us. If anybody's ever seen the movie or the show or watched the game or played any of the games from The Last of Us, it kind of looks very similar. Where it kind of got, it's kind of ran into some type of like, what do you call them? A fungus infections of some kind. So maybe it's like I don't know, some kind of what do you call that? Sports toe or something. What do they call it? Athlete's foot gone bad or something. That's the deal here. I can't believe it took me that long. Okay, so it's oh my gosh, I can barely even talk tonight. All right, so here we go. We're gonna paint this up. What's the goal? So let's get down to the table, figure out what we're gonna do here. So first, I want to paint this, like I was saying, I want to paint this so it looks like that it has this like it's a very old person laying there. He's been gone for quite some time. Very, very long dead person here, and is rising up from the grave and having these like fungus kind of taking over. That's the goal here. So if you notice, it's kind of got this like cool looking helmet up here. So we're gonna paint that. We're gonna make it rust. I'm gonna make a rust color. Now I haven't done this before, so that'd be kind of cool to show you kind of how the rust does. And it's not a super magic trick at all. It involves 2 paints by GW. Games Workshop, Citadel paints, and that's all you need. And it's really, they do a great job. Citadel does a really good job of making like really cool effects and everything. So we're going to do that. The ones we're going to use is this Typhus, Corrosion, and this Ryza Rust. That's the plan. We're going to do it the Corrosion. Now we're going to shake it up a little bit because this paint actually has, it's not as grainy as their technical paints, but it still has a little bit of like fine material in it. And the reason it does is because then later when we dry brush on top of it, that kind of stuff is going to come out. So we're going to take this, open it up, and put a little bit of paint on it. You really can't see very much of the material in there, but it actually is there, believe it or not. I'm going to grab a brush like that. We're going to use this brush right here. I'm going to use this one, my Sable brush. Now, in theory, I'm getting new brushes soon. They're in theory shipping at some point. I'm excited to show you those brushes when I get them. But for now, I do not have the brushes. We have these. We're going to use these. We're just going to get that a little wet. I'm going to spin it so I get a fine point. Then we're going to paint this in here. And I'm going to put it in my super duper don't spill anything holder here I got from Ryan over at Meeple Nation. Meeple Marathon. You should check that out if you're interested. Are you going to be putting out more Madara content soon? That's a great question. That is the goal. That is the goal. I have been inspired to get back to this game. Member of the community named Manuel. Manuel has been Manuel. I apologize if I'm saying names wrong. It's kind of been commenting on some Madara videos, and I forgot how good it is. So we're getting back to it. We are getting back to it. I hope you're okay with that. I've also got some other stuff I'm working on, but that is going to be something we are going to be coming back to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be painting the head of this thing with this Typhus Corrosion here, all around it here, and we're going to get this metal to look really cool. That's the plan here. Like this. And this stuff actually dries pretty quick. Feel as well. If you look at my brush here, you can kind of see the material. See how it's kind of got some of that material in it. So it is kind of like a thick paint here. And not super thick. It still, as you can see, runs pretty thin. But it's still got some thickness to it here. We're going to go around this whole thing. That's the deal. My other plan for one of the painting streams was to get Deep Madness on the table too, but I need to get that painted as well. And I was going to work on getting those primed too, but my airbrush died. So we didn't get that primed either. So we had a lot some neat little hopes and dreams, but then I got re-inspired to get Madara back to the table. So that is amazing, and I'm going to get that back on there. So here we are. We're getting the helmet all painted up here with this like rust type or this corrosion type paint is the deal here. We're going to get it all painted up here. Let's see if we can get a little bit more on there. Now getting it not on there. That should be pretty. All right, there we are. And for those of you that are joining a little bit later, I know I set this stream for like 8:45, I think, but I decided to do it a little bit earlier tonight just because, sadly, the last 3 weeks my family has been going through illness city. Every member of my family has been getting ill over the last 3 weeks, which is another reason some of the content has been a little sporadic. I can only kind of get stuff done when I can. So everybody's fine and wonderful. Just illness, colds, and flus and stuff going through. So, blah. So that's the deal. Great, I'm glad to hear it. Madara is still my favorite dungeon crawler and can't wait for Act 2 and 3. Mine as well. It is my favorite dungeon crawler as well. I'm put it top 3 for sure. No doubt about it. I have to think about whether or not it's top number 1. I can't think of anything else that's going to beat it though. But someone's trying to sell me their copy. This isn't helping my wisdom save me. Yeah, I don't help people very often when it comes to saving money, do I? Oh, but this game's awesome. This game's awesome. Don't worry, I'll put more content out there. Broccoli, you can live through me. But if you can't, you get yourself some amazing. Speaking of deep madness, how is Colin doing? He is doing well. He is doing well in his deep madness. He is doing well. He's slowly getting over his things here. His last experience. He's getting over it. I actually made him play Dungeons and Dragons the other day, and we did a little adventure that had to do with like a cult of some kind and like stuff like that. And I asked him if he was okay with the theme. He goes, "After what I did last time we played Oathsworn, I'm pretty okay with different themes." Oh, okay, good. Want to make sure he was okay with that. He's doing good, Dan. Don't worry, everything's under control. We got one of the helmets done. Let's get the other helmet painted up here. Then we will move on to something else while it dries. This one not primed yet? Oh, maybe I only have one of them primed. I thought I primed these guys. No, I didn't prime these guys. Oh, no. This is going to be a real short stream then if that's not primed. Well, we might have some other thing. I think this guy's primed. I prime this guy. Hard to tell when I prime guys black. Well, only way to find out is to put some contrast paint on it. Let's see here. I've got some contrast paint. Let's see what we can find. Super organized as always. Let's see here. I need some black. Let's see what I got. No, it's not black. Black's over here, but it's right here. Gray. Not gray. More gray. Orange. Nope, not black. Black's right here. Nope, wildwood. Black's gotta be here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, but it's right here. Nope, that's purple. Close. We're getting closer. Wow, you'd think I'd have these organized at some point in my life. Turquoise. Black Templar. Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna be our big sign here. If I can't paint this on here, we're moving on to something else. Don't worry, I have other miniatures I can paint up, I think. We'll find out. I have to dig through my minis that are primed here. So let's go see if we can find out if this is primed. This will be real interesting. So you might see what happens if you don't prime your miniatures here. Just a second here. We're going to paint some black on here and see if it sticks or if it runs. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, no, I don't think this guy's primed. Yeah, no, it's not. See how it's kind of just pooling in there? Yeah, he's not primed. That's amazing. All right, I thought I primed these guys a while ago. Guess not. Okay. All right. New plan. I've got a new plan. Don't worry, we will paint those guys at some point in the future. I'm going to paint them off stream. We'll see how it goes here. I thought I had these guys all primed up here. How to paint. Let's see what else I got. There's always a pile of opportunity to paint. That is for sure. Let's see what I can see here. She primed? Yes, she is primed. We can paint her up. There we go. Found something. Why aren't these guys primed? Oh, I think they are primed. Huh. I'll have to go through and figure this out. Oh well. We'll paint this one. This also needs to get painted for that the next part of Middara anyway, so we can paint this one. This is another one of the miniatures we have to paint. And that is this person. Right, let's see if I can find it. Here you go. Right here. We got to paint this person. Got to paint her up real good. That's our plan. She also has to get painted. And this side, I don't think it's going to be too tough. Just some red hair with the white outfit and some skin tones, and that's about it. I think it'll be pretty simple here. Of course, I say that, and this might go absolutely south real fast. Let's see how it goes here. So here's our miniature. We're going to do that. She's painted. And I think this thing's primed as well, isn't it? Must be. Right. Can't believe this thing's not, it has to be primed. I don't know. Things are going nuts already today. Already out of control. Already out of control. Really? All right. Let's prime it again. Unless I got something else up here I can prime, paint. Because if you look at here, I've got different things in here to paint. I always got stuff to paint. And that guy's obviously not primed. This person's primed. This person is definitely primed. This is not primed. This guy's not primed. I mean, you can tell these guys are from, what do you call it? They're not primed. I was actually hoping they would, and I could paint those guys up, but they're not. Thought they were primed. They're not. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Oh boy. Super, super good. Well, let's do her. Let's find our flesh shape. Gotta find it here. That's gonna be the hard part. It's up here somewhere. Oh boy, let's see if I hit the right buttons. Is it this one? No. Oh, this one. No. No. This one? No. There's a flesh color I really like. Here somewhere. It's this one, I bet. Is it? Nope, that's big broth flesh. I do not like that one. That one's a little too dark for my tastes. Maybe it is this one. Maybe it is Gilliman flesh. I think it is Gilliman. I think that's the one. Yeah, that is 100% true. Triforce 22. And by the way, thank you for joining Triforce. I forgot to thank you for coming. Yes, it is always hard to find a time to prime in the cold. That is true. Now, I'm still going to show you how that whole little helmet deal works. That's the plan. Still going to show you the rust eventually, but I'm going to work on this a little bit. But actually, I think it looks pretty dry. Okay, we're going to do the rust. That'll be cool. I'm really excited for this. I like this. This will be good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this. This is a dry brush paint. It's super easy to deal with. For those of you that don't have dry brush paints, these are amazing. I love dry brush paints. You don't have to shake it up because inside the pot it's completely dry. To a point. It's still got enough moisture to get on your brush. Just like that. But not enough. And then you're going to wipe it on a towel until it's kind of all gone here. And wipe it off. So you kind of get almost nothing, right? Then we're going to run that across this thing just lightly. That kind of starts looking like rust. Let's get a little more. I'll be able to use that right there. Yeah. And as you can see, it kind of looks like this helmet's kind of rusty now. Looks kind of cool, huh? I think that's a really cool effect that they've done. So that's how you do this rust. I mean, that was kind of the main focus here. I was going to show you here after Brad. Typhus, corrosion, and Raza rust. Need the two colors. One paint, one's a dry brush. Put them together, you're good to go. Now, of course, you can use this Raza rust as an orange dry brush if you want, or orange dry brush on anything if you want, really. Let's get Gilliman flesh now. Let's paint her up. Move that guy to the side. He has failed me. See how this goes. These guys might just have been sitting out too much and got a little bit too dusty. We'll see how this goes, though. Paint some of this on. Now, of course, you got to make sure we don't paint anything that's not that. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Take it all up. Oh, I got to check the bottom. I did. Let's see. A little dark. Maybe I'll dry brush it with some lighter colors. There, that's it. Now, some people will just slop this on. They do tell you to put on rather thick. I don't like to do it rather thick. I like to kind of let it do its own thing, especially when it comes to these flesh colors on these kind of like not very, word for it, very flat surface. The flat surfaces are kind of hard for contrast paints because they kind of go and seep into the crevices and stuff. There's not many crevices here to deal with. I'm kind of getting some of the paint off and kind of blotting it off of here a little bit. It's just kind of a one thin layer on it, but it'll be fine. Now remember, I'm not going for any kind of Golden Demon Awards or Super Brush Awards or anything like that. I just want to paint this so it gets on the table and we can play with it. That's the deal. That's all I care about. Get behind there. I kind of hit the boots a little bit, but that's okay. One thing is not, it won't be a big deal, is if this is actually a different color, or not a different color, but a darker color, it's going to go right over it. But I don't think these are different colors. Remember, I think it's kind of a white. But I want to get the things that are farther away from the miniature painted first. What I mean by that is I want like the parts that don't stick up as much and are farther deep in the recesses, because that way it's easier for me to go back and paint on top of it. If I were to paint all this white stuff first and then try to paint this on top, it might be a little bit tough to get that painted on top of there. Hope that makes sense. This in here, just like this. There, I think that's pretty good. Her legs are done. Now we got to get her arms. If we look at her card, she actually doesn't show too much of her arms. The only part of her arm she shows is this little bit right here, and I think a little teeny bit right there. Otherwise, the rest of this is all going to be, what do you call it? Clothing of some kind. That's the deal. We'll be continuing Alien Trespass as well. I have a special treat. Wow, you are asking the greatest questions tonight. You are revealing all the secrets in matter of moments here. Yes, I will be continuing Aeon Trespass Odyssey. I actually, next painting session is actually not going to be a painting session. Derek from Canje Studios is going to be joining me. We are going to be assembling a insert from Fancy But Functional. I have part of it. This is just a small part of it here. And we're going to be assembling these together on stream, together, chit-chatting about the game, games in general, and life, and all the fun stuff that goes along with it. Where that's our plan next week. He's going to be joining me. It's going to be really cool. I think we're going to be doing Tuesday next week. We're going to be putting it together. We're going to be assembling those and chit-chatting as we do it. And then once that's fully assembled, I'm going to do a video about the insert because it's absolutely bonkers amazing. And then Colin from One Stop Co-op Shop, he is super excited for that game, and he wants to play with me live. He wants to start playing that game with me. So where I stopped in my recorded playthroughs, most likely is going to be where I stop that part of it. But then I think we're going to play it live, kind of like we do with Osworn, which I think is going to be kind of cool. I bought the Fancy But Functional insert as well, still waiting for it to ship. I hope you get it soon. I just got mine just a little while ago. It just came. Super excited to get this thing built. I almost instantly started putting it together, but Derek also said that Canje Studios got it as well. And he asked, hey, why don't we put it together? And I'm, sure, I think that'll be awesome. I'm always a fan of getting Canje on here. He's amazing. Super cool guy. If people don't know who Canje Studios is, go check him out. I think a link to his videos in the description. A lot of times when I do my painting videos, I have a link to a lot of different YouTube channels that I'm friends with and interact with quite a bit. So there's a lot of links to those in the description of the video, so check those out. But he's going to join me, and I think we're going to put that together, and then we're going to get it back to the table, but it's going to be with Colin from One Stop Co-op Shop. Is going to join me. It'll be awesome. When we're going to get to it, though, it might be a little bit later than I'm hoping for. And that's one of the reasons I'm painting up Madara, guys, almost dropped on the ground, is because I'm going to actually record some of this Madara. Plus, I've got League of Dungeoneers. I actually just unboxed that. That game intrigues me. Oh, boy. I didn't expect to be really excited about that game, but oh my gosh, that game's got a lot going for it. It's super cool. So I'm also excited to get that one on the table. That'll be pretty cool. That's my goal, at least. See how it goes. So you have opened the bag of worms there, Triforce. The bag of worms has been opened, and now you have revealed all of the Pandora box that I am and what is coming soon. So we're and those that are here to watch me paint a miniature, let's get back to that. Awesome. I'll be looking forward to the videos and live streams. Yes, that'll be all the fun stuff we're going to be doing. I'm super excited for it. Let's look again at our little card here. Make sure you paint the right parts of this. So like I said, it shows a little bit here, a little bit there. Oh, there's also a little bit right there. We'll see if we can get this as well. And then her face, of course, has some going on. Let's see if, okay, so there is a small little part of it right there that we're going to paint. Try and get that in there. So let's screw it all up. Sure, I'll screw it all up somehow. Let's see. Admit, my old eyes, it's getting harder to paint through perfectly. Like all my years of practice almost become a navigate by feel type concept nowadays. There we go. Dan, I hope your Darkest Dungeon miniatures are turning out well. See what we got here. Okay, so we want to paint. Okay, how did that go? Is it just up on her shoulders? Yeah, it's just up on her shoulders. So it looks like it's going to be just this part right here. Because I think this, all part of that. Yeah, it is. Okay. Just that shoulder area right up on top there. And I switched to a smaller brush. Try to get these little finer areas here. Especially because what I'm painting next is going to be really tough to paint over if I hit it, because it's all going to be kind of a white color. It'll be a little bit tough. And I think it's part here. Yeah, I think that's we good. I need to see if I can see it from the back. I really can't. Oh, wait, there we go. I can see right in there, just a little bit. Same thing over, I think, on this side. I wish her hair would move. I don't want to break it, but I want to get her hair out of the way. At least it's a little. At least what's one thing about the miniatures for Madara is they're a little playable, playable. They're all playable. Just wonder if they're a little pliable. That's the deal. Pliable, same thing. There we go. Okay. Now we need to get our Oopsie paint out. I've got Oopsie paint. For those of you who don't know what Oopsie paint is, it's gray. My Gracie or gray is my Oopsie paint whenever I'm using contrast paints. Otherwise, my Oopsie paint is straight white, and that's if I'm using the speed paints. I've painted a lot of these figures using contrast and just straight army painter, so I'm kind of keeping it in the same paint range, if that makes sense. I know I painted the original heroes with just straight army painter, but as we've gone forward here, I've kind of been switching to some of the contrast paints. So that's why we're doing this with the contrast, not the speed paints. Some people kind of ask, how do you know which paints to paint with? Do you paint with the speed paints or do you paint with the contrast paints? And a lot of times, I guess it depends on what I've painted part of the game before in the past, or just if I want it to be more of a brighter game, I have a tendency to paint more with the speed paints because it usually goes on top of white. Now, contrast can go on top of white, but I usually use contrast on top of light gray, which is one of the problems we're having here tonight, is because I thought these guys were primed up, and I think they are, but I just think they sat out on my table too long and got too much dust on them, and now the dust is kind of not letting them hold paint. So I have to go back and maybe reprime them or something. Not a big deal. So we got my Oopsie paint. We got to touch up a couple things I hit when I was painting here. See, now I hit this boot right here. We're going to touch that up. I'm going to take my Oopsie paint, just put a little bit on there. A little bit of gray on there. A little gray there. Go. And was there anything else I hit? Her hair right back here. There you go. Now it has to dry a little bit. I think it'll be okay though. Now this white shining. Oh, I forgot about her face. We gotta do her face. Her face needs to get some on it too. Take our Gilliman flesh and go back on top of her face here. See how this goes. I might try to do something neat with her cleaver. We'll see what I can do with her. Probably it's not going to work. I'm going to try something, I think. So let's see here. We're going to try to paint her face. Now, I know she's got some really cool looking eyes and things of that nature, eyes and things to paint, but I don't paint eyes. I learned a long time ago that painting eyes is a pain in the butt. Also, painting mouths and stuff are a pain in the butt. So I just leave them just like that, painted with the alien flesh on top. That's the deal. That's what you're going to get. There we go. Now, what I want to do is I want to get some lighter color on here. So I'm going to grab some barbarian flesh. And this is one thing I could have done with this is I could have made this into a contrast paint because I have what's called contrast mediums. They're kind of cool, which I can turn different paints into contrast paints if I want to. And maybe I should have done that because I really think these are a little bit too dark still. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake this up a little bit. We're going to put this right out here. Probably going to screw this all up, but you know, hey, that's what trial and error is for here. I'm going to take this brush right here. A little bit on here. And I'd wash it off a little bit. And I'm just not, instead of dry brushing, I'm just going to kind of streak down it. That should hopefully lighten it up a little. That still gets to, the inside of it's going to be, like this part right here will still remain pretty dark, but it should hopefully lighten up the top part. And the recesses will still be kind of dark. A little bit on. Like it's not necessarily a highlight. I don't do highlights very often, but I do not like how dark this is. But I also don't want to hit the stuff we've already, the gray stuff, because that's going to have to turn into something else here. Actually, that's turning out really good. I like that leg. See how this goes here. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. We'll take it. We'll take it. Now let's get this other leg over here. It's hard to see with the camera angle. Get the front part. That look okay? I think that looks okay. It's a little bit lighter. Not super light, but getting there. That's a little bit too dark. Oh, well, too much, but that's okay. All right, so there you go. I think that's okay. Now, from a distance, it's going to look a little bit better. When you look at it right up close, it's not going to look the greatest. I don't like the black. Okay, I got a plan. I'm just going to. Good enough. Good enough, I say. Good enough. Okay. Woofed up. Our face is still okay. It's just like I'm going to get a little more. It looks a little bit too gray. Our hair is going to be super red, if I remember right. Kind of cool. There. She's wearing gloves. She's got two of these axes, too, which is super cool. I love the fact she's wielding these two cleavers. That's pretty neat. I think it'll be really cool. I'm going to soak up some of the face. Go. Boom. Okay. Off. Okay. Wow. Okay. Done with the flesh. I hate flesh. By the way, flesh is my least favorite thing to paint on a miniature ever. I do not like painting flesh. Blech. 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 I say blech. All right. We got white. I know I got white. It's called Apothecary White. Let's see if we can find it. Something. Let's see what we can do. Apothecary White shouldn't be too hard to find because it's white. What's this? Space Gray Wolf. Nope. Here it is. Told you I'd find it. Take too long. Oh, let me show you this. I got this cool thing. Okay. So, for my Dungeons & Dragons game, I played a Dungeons & Dragons game with Colin and a couple friends. And so I can't take credit for this at all. Not one, zero credit for this. I found this on a YouTube channel. I want to say it's something like, I should have known the name of this when I did this. Halfling. If you type it like halfling and then what I'm showing you, you should find it no problem. It's like halflings ideas or something, or halfling something halfling. Anyway, I made these cool looking healing potions. Potions of healing, they're pretty sweet. And it shows you how much they heal you for, right? In Dungeons & Dragons, super cool, right? And then that the halfling, oh my gosh, I know it starts with halfling. But if you have a halfling healing potion, it'll be like one of the first things that pops up. But what I did is then you take this, you put a little bit of pomegranate juice in, and then like either champagne or sparkling grape juice, and then this stuff called, do I have it here? Wow, you think I'd be more prepared? I'm never prepared like I should be. It's called luster dust, and it's this gold luster dust. You put a little bit of that in there, you shake it. Don't shake it up too much if you put sparkling stuff in there. But you just got your little swirly, and then it looks like this like red like potion with this gold like swirling in it. And then what I made my players do, of course, is when they had to take a healing potion, they had to actually drink the healing potion. Because I'm super dorky and cool at the same time. So I can do two things at once. I can be super dorky and cool at the same time. And that's what I do. Now, what you're hearing inside here is I actually put a ball bearing in there. It's from, what do you call it? Army Painter. Army Painter makes his little ball bearings you can drop into paints that can help mix the paint up better. They have them in all of their speed paints, but I've put a few of them into some of these contrast paints that are harder to mix up, because if you look at the bottom, some of them will have like a ring of the paint, and you need to get all mixed up before you can use it. So sometimes I like to just, I put some of those ball bearings in there so it works out really good. All right, let's see here. We are going to paint away on this thing here. Let's see. All right. This working. Okay, perfect. Boom. I think it's going. I think it's going good. Oops. Why did I hit buttons? Why do I hit buttons? I tell you. Buttons are not what I should be doing. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Apothecary White. Apothecary White's pretty cool. I like Apothecary White. Pretty neat. What's going on here? Pop up. Boom. So we're going to use that on all of her outfit here. So it's kind of more of a cream, but I don't really have a cream color, so we're going to use just white. We're going to go with white on a lot of this. I'm going to try something special for this. We'll see if that works. And I got this red hair. And then we've got, I might do just some brown in there just to make it brown. And I might even do the eye patches. Oh, get an eye patch on? Did I paint right over the eye patch? I painted over the eye patch. Let's look. Where's the eye patch? Oh, yeah. Totally painted right over that eye patch, didn't I? Well, we're going to paint it brown. That's going to be the deal. That's hilarious, parent. You paint over the eye patch. Okay. Now, Apothecary White is really, you're not going to see too much on top of the gray, but it kind of gives a little bit of definition. Now, this is one I do usually put on a little bit thick to really get what it does. All going to be this white. And interestingly enough, the boots are also white. Yeah, everything is white. All this is going to be white. Including the boots. Yep, including the boots. I guess she never steps in mud. This world, maybe just people don't get muddy. That's the deal. There is a very unique world. Now, it might not look like I'm actually painting something on there, but you can tell there is a little bit of difference between this and this, but not much. Kind of funny. Now I know it's all supposed to be white, but I'm actually going to do a little bit different stuff for some of these jeweled belts and things like that. I think it'd be kind of neat to at least give a little bit more color to this model than just this white you're seeing. All this white. But I'm still going to paint over them white because I can always paint over this color with anything. Not a big deal at all. There we go. Even her little thing here is. I'll paint it white. They'll put a little bit in there afterward. All the way down her arm to this. There you go. Same thing up here. Love the fact that she holds this behind her back. Super cool pose. Love it. Succubus Publishing. Great model. They could have had this model stand there with both of her like hatchets down at her side, ready to go, but just like just holding it up there, like relaxing and resting it. Super cool. Love it. Super cool. Love it. At the back. Oh, I see a part that should have been made with that flesh color, so I got to go back and paint it with flesh. This must have been a mold line here, and that part should be painted flesh back there, so I'm going to do that in a little bit. Boot done. And I think that's all the white I've got. There we go. There. That's good. No, I know it's going to be difficult to really tell the difference there, but there's a little bit. Might really tone down a brown wash maybe in a second here. See what that might do. Might do something. We'll see. We'll see. That's done. Now she's got this super flame, like absolutely amazing red hair. Absolutely amazing red hair. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that. Was there a piece of flesh in there I'm supposed to paint? Well, I'm gonna do that. Whatever. Now I gotta figure out what red we're gonna use to make that happen. Well, I think I got one red. So we're just gonna go with it. That's the deal. That's the deal. Now let's see here. Where is it? Back here. But I think I've got a plan. I've got Blood Angel red, but then I've also got this. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint it with the red, and then we're going to dry brush some. Maybe I should paint with a darker. Oof. Nah, this is fine. I'll paint with this red, and then maybe we'll do some dry brush of an orange or a yellow or something on it. Kind of give it more of a fiery appearance. So it looks a little bit more darker red than brighter red, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's go back, give her some red hair here. Red hair is awesome. Now, let's see here. Straight down it. It doesn't matter if I hit the hatchet because I'm going to be painting that over with silver. That'll be just fine. Now, what I don't want to hit is the arm over here. Go. Boom. Red. Put the red here. This is what happens when you don't put it in the super holder. You get red paint all over your table, like you slaughtered a small animal. See here. close. I don't like how close that is right there. I have a feeling I'm going to hit that. Yeah, I did. I knew it. Should have painted that first because I could have pulled the hair out. That was my fault. Try to get back here and see how that goes. Probably going to also be an epic fail. That's okay. I've got a plan. Wow, I am on fire and everything. Wow, okay, yep, I am just a mess. But we can fix it. Oh boy, I haven't been painting in a while. Look at all this mistakes I've made on this model. Just trying to do the hair. But that's okay. We can fix it. We're gonna get the paint on there first, and then we'll fix it. I'm saving this. I'm gonna paint that maybe. I might actually paint that kind of a gold. Something, the thing that comes through here. Again, it's just so, oh my gosh. I didn't realize how hard this hair was going to be to paint it without hitting other parts of the model. Ah, lessons learned. Put on the hair first. Look at this, hit back here too. Oofda, I'm out of control. Played some God Tier Saturday at Tower Games in Minneapolis. Had a demo picked up by I had a demo picked up the starter box. Going to go up there Saturday and play a couple games. What is God? Oh, God Tier. I've heard of that game. Was it pretty good? Jason, awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. I hope it was good. Must be, if you're going up again to play it. I haven't had a chance to play that game yet. I've heard lots of awesome things about it. I shouldn't say I've looked into it. I haven't really explored it too much more. I probably should explore it. But I'm guessing it's pretty good. If you enjoy it, I must have to give it a shot. I might have to look into it. We'll have to look into it. Glad to hear from you, Jason. It's been a little while. Hope things are well. I'm going to head to bed. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Triforce. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you here. This model will eventually get onto our table at some point. I've got to do a lot of touch-ups on this thing because I'm just destroying it right now. It is not going well for our poor character here. She needs a giant helping hand here to get her on the table. We'll be working on it hard tonight to get this up and running, but yeah. Yeah, it was a ton of fun, super easy to pick up, super affordable. Oh, that's awesome to hear. I'm always sometimes in the mood in a good place for games that are easy to pick up and easy to play. Because it's some of the games I play are a little out of control when it comes to rules. I just got League of Dungeoneers. That has a 250 page rule book. We should come up there Saturday, 10:30, 1 p.m. Where is this? This is Tower Games. I will see what I can do. Usually Saturdays are family days, but maybe I can jump away. We'll see. I'll do my best. No promise. Never a promise. That's the deal. League of Dungeoneers looks awesome. Lance, thank you for joining. It does look awesome. I was surprisingly shocked at how cool that game I think is going to be. I didn't know what to expect when I was starting the unboxing of it and looking through everything. And then as the more and more I was unboxing, the more and more looked awesome. Tower Games. 10:30. That'll be my plan. We'll see what happens. Probably going to fall through. Right now, my wife is sick. So we'll see if she's able to hold up. Kind of in charge. I've been charged for 3 weeks. My wife's been fighting like 3 different things, I think. And then it went through my kids, and it's been super fun here in my household. But the good news is I haven't gotten sick yet. I'm staying that way. I'm social distancing inside my house the best I can, staying here, right in this spot. No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I've been out and about helping and getting things going. But yeah, it's been something else. Have you ever 3D printed any models? No. Adrian, I have never 3D printed a model. I'm afraid if I tried to get a 3D printer, I would fail miserably. That would be the plan. And I'm sure it would be horrible. We're going to start playing every Saturday from 10:31. We have one table set aside for God tier. The rest of the tables are Kings of War by Mantic. Oh, wow. I haven't played Kings of War. That sounds like a lot of fun. You should try it. We shall see. Means I have to pick up a 3D printer. That means I have to pick up a 3D printer. We'll see if that happens. That'll be the deal here. Not sure if that's happening anytime soon. Don't think so. I am not that good at things. Maybe I will. Somewhere I'm down the line. Right now I'm trying to touch up my model that I made an absolute disaster out of. Is my plan here. Power Games, 10:30. A 1. I'm sure I'll make it out there at some point. I guarantee it. Not sure it's going to be this weekend. All the yuck and crud going through my house. Oofda. This model's a disaster. All right. We're going to work on this. Okay. Before we keep touching her up, let's get the hair done so we can be done with this. Once the hair is done, then we can move on to stuff that needs to get some work done on. Spawn Batuse. Hey, it's been a while. Glad to see you at the table again. Keep rocking. Thank you so much. Yes, it has been a while. This is true. At the beginning, I was basically it's been something else. With my wife actually going down with illnesses, and then I had a big gaming weekend. Colin joined me he actually asked me to join him for a gaming weekend, so I did. I was able to get away for a little while, but came back and my family got sick. That's the deal. But yes, now it looks like I'm trying to get out the Tower Games hopefully in March. That's my plan. That's my plan. What's your thoughts on Skyrim from just being solo perspective? Solo perspective, I'm thinking I'm having fun. Actually, funny enough, I recorded the first half of the video that's out on my channel, and I said, the second half's coming real soon. And it's been a long time since the second half's come out. It's actually been recorded. I just haven't had a chance to edit it yet because I just haven't had the time. It's been absolutely a crazy month of February. Oh, Jason, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your generosity. I will definitely get out there. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. I'd love to meet you. Power Games. Plan. So, yes. It's been a while since I've been to the painting table, and like I said, I was supposed to actually paint either Frosthaven or Dawn of Madness today, but my airbrush has it's no more. My airbrush has seen better days, and so it is being replaced. So I don't have a way of priming my miniatures right now. So I'm working on stuff I already had primed, and I thought I had this guy primed, but I didn't. He did not. He was not as primed as I thought he was. He was primed to fail is what he was primed for. That was the deal. Jason, amazing. Thank you so much. So instead, we are painting up Middara because I got inspired to get back into Middara. And here she is with her awesome red hair and basically every other part of her body that I've managed to hit with the red paint. That's what I've done so far. All the stuff I've managed to hit with the red paint. It's amazing. If there's any other parts I missed? I missed a little part with her hair there. Let's get that. Oofda. If I come out, you're going to have to teach me God tier. I don't know how to play it. But it sounds pretty sweet. What I've read. I'm also excited for the new Nemesis stuff that's coming out. Oh, I don't know, in a year and a half from now, or maybe. Who knows? I don't know if anybody else watched the Awaken Realms little stream thing they had, but that was really cool to watch. I thought that was really neat. Got some pretty cool things coming. Got some game about dragons or something. I don't know. I'm sure once it drops on their game found, it'll be like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And they'll get it. Okay. I think I've managed to get red on every part of the model I didn't want to. So let's fix that. With my oopsie paint. My Gray Seer Gray. Gray Seer Gray. That's my plan. I'll paint it right on there. The good thing is, I'm going to paint over that with a different plan. Is it? Awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. Yes, Nemesis Retaliation. I finally get to be the Colonial Marines and taking on the Nemesis intruders. At least that's what it sounds like. See how it goes. Take care of yourself. Sorry your family's not feeling well. Hopefully they get on the mend soon and after bed. Yes, that actually, I was set this stream for 8:45, but my entire family was down for the count by 8 o'clock. So I was like, I'm just going to start. So I started at 8:30. They're all upstairs. They're all asleep. They're all not feeling well. So I was like, I'm going downstairs. Out in the safety of the beast. I'm down here. I'm glad you're able to make it, Jason. Thank you so much. I will make it out to Tower Games hopefully by mid-March. That's my goal. March. That'll be my goal. And hello, by the way, as it says, for sure. New Nemesis stuff. I haven't heard anything about that. I must look into it immediately. Yes, you should. It's not, they just left a small little snippet about it, and then just some guy talking about it for like 3 minutes, and that was really about it. I don't either. Oh, I'm still learning. Oh, that's awesome. Well, by the time I get there, you'll probably have it all done, Pat, and you'll be able to beat me real good. Actually prepared for intruders and not just carrying a syringe. Sign me up. Yes, exactly. Oofta. According to Awakened Realms, you're going to be prepared to meet the intruders this time instead of just on a ship or on a base and they just come to you, which is why I think it'll be kind of cool. I get to be Colonial Marines, in theory. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Be kind of cool, though. Be super good. Yes, I love Madara. My friend and I are about halfway through the game. Wow, Board Game Officer, you are flying. You are flying. Well, I shouldn't say that. How long? This game has been out longer than, what, 2018, I think? 2019? 2019, I bet. It does sound awesome. Adrian, sounds awesome. Board Game Officer, awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. Did you ever do any Madara on your channel, or do you just play through it? Just out of curiosity. And for those of you who don't know, Board Game Officer actually has a channel. He does some really awesome stuff. Go check it out. Meanwhile, I am attempting to salvage this miniature that I have so blatantly destroyed here. I'll paint a little bit over here. This miniature has become the bane of my existence at this point. No, I shouldn't say that. Her hair has become the bane of my existence, is the deal. More than anything else here. That is what I'm more dealing with here. Now, if I want to do some layering on here, oh my gosh, now I hit the hair with the paint. Oh, I'm out of control. No, I haven't done Madara on my channel yet. Oh, you should. Madara is good. I like it. Oh, I paint red on this, the more red I put on the Tushy. Oh, that's fantastic. There it is, on the Tushy. All right. Okay. I will say, love the fact, I love the pose, not digging how close that hair is to the flesh parts of this miniature. I keep hitting them. Not going well. There we go. Hopefully she only has a guest appearance and she's gone after one mission. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just, why I'm painting this is actually something I should talk about. I'm painting this miniature and I'm painting these two miniatures as well. The reason I'm doing it is because there's if you type in your Magic keyboard, painting order for Madara, there's somebody who has put a list of every monster you're going to fight in order in the game. And then you can, and they're all hidden. So if you don't really want to know what they are, you don't have to. But then you click on the little hidden button and it'll tell you what to paint. So it told me to paint like a couple of these guys and some of the Fergors. And it told me to paint up at least one of these guys. And it told me to paint her up because she, in theory, is coming into the story at some point soon. So There's any technical spoilers, but you do know what some of the miniatures are coming forward if you do it that way. And I would rather have painted miniatures knowing what I'm playing. Like, I don't mind knowing what miniatures are coming next. Get them painted because I'd like them to look cool. Now, if you don't want to know that, of course, this isn't something that's going to be out. That's the deal. That red hair looks fantastic. Bill, thank you so much. Bill, longtime listener. He's here. Those that don't know Bill, Bill is a commission painter. He's amazing. He's been doing a lot of our Osworn miniatures. I should probably send him this miniature and he might be able to salvage it for me. Bill, I'm having a heck of a time dealing with this thing. This thing's out of control. Every time I try to paint her hair, I paint her tushy. It's just bad news city back here. I mean, it's just because it's a pain in the butt. So I'm at this point, I am just on full board, get this done mode. That's what I'm doing right now. So, but back here, I'm going to do something with the little ponytail thingies here. Got a cool looking thing. This is supposed to be, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I got a plan. I'm going to try something. I got a horrible plan again, but what else can I do wrong here? That's the deal. That's the deal. It is a paint in the butt. Very truth is it. It's a paint in the butt to paint this miniature. Oofda. All right, we're going to try something. I'm going to try this. I'm going to grab, how am I going to do this? Okay, here we go. This. We're going to try this. See how this goes. What can go wrong? What's the worst that could happen? The miniature gets worse. You prime it again, right? You know, and sometimes you strike out, sometimes you don't. Stanley, that skin tone looks really good. Mine's showing me the undertone and the highlight you used. Oh, Stanley, I will be more than happy to show you that. What I used originally was my, where did I put it? Gilliman Flesh. Oh, I almost dropped it around. Where did Gilliman Flesh go? Here it is. Boom, Gilliman Flesh. Put the Gilliman Flesh underneath this. And then I kind of dry brush some of my Barbarian. I kind of lightly went down the model with my Barbarian Flesh. But sadly, I am slowly ruining myself here by this red hair is causing me chaos and agony because it is written. Oh, look at this. I got this stuff here. I got to fix that. Oh my gosh, more oopsie paint. All right, we got to get the oopsie paint. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, flesh is always really tough for me. I'm never a big fan of flesh. Hard to paint. I'm never really good at it. We're going to paint this on top of here. There we go. Gray on there. Gray on here. All those parts that I hit with my red paint. Paint is so. I love the red. It's really tough. I need to buy me a pot tomorrow. I really love these contrast paints. They are absolutely amazing. I've always hated painting flesh, but that Gilliman Flesh is really good. It's a little bit darker than like the Barbarian Flesh, so sometimes you got to use a little bit of Barbarian Flesh to get it to kind of come up a little bit. But most of the time, I'm cool with it just being Gilliman Flesh. But the character we're painting today, she is like almost as white as a ghost. I mean, this is white. I mean, super untanned skin tone. So she doesn't apparently hang out in the sun too much. She hangs out in the sun about as much as I do since I'm in my basement most of the time. I'm kidding. Oh, I'm kidding. Yes, I am kidding. All right, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to paint the bow tie thing. We're going to paint them, what color? I said I was going to go gold, but I think I'm going to do them just, there's some more hair I missed. Let's see how much more of a debacle this can be. Let's touch this up a little bit. That'll be good. Put that in my little safety pot there. Got it. Back there a little bit. Okay. Okay. More hair back here I need to get. Because even though nobody will see it, I will see it and know it's there. That's the deal. Okay. Now, let's try this. Yeah. Be something else. So we are going to make a contrast paint. Let's see how much of a debacle this is. Here we go. Roar. I'm going to grab, nope, I'm almost going to throw on the ground paint. And then I'm going to find this, my contrast tactical medium. Yes. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to mix, I'm going to put a little bit of skeletal bone in there, and I'm going to mix it with this contrast medium. It allows me to kind of make a contrast paint, in theory. The theory. See how much this theory holds true here. try it, see what happens here. So I'm gonna grab my skeletal bone. This is actually brand new skeletal bone. I picked up some new stuff. I only want a little bit. I want that much. Can't see it. Good job, Baron. That much right there. That's what I want. Now, we're going to get this. And we're going to take straight from the pot. Put it right up there. I'm not touching the paint with it yet. I'm just putting some in there right now. A little bit. Now I'm going to kind of mix it in together. See what happens here. There you go. Grab a little more. Soak it all in there. This is more of a cream, is what I was looking for. And that skeletal bone color, which I think would be kind of nice. One of my favorite nutty lunatic NPCs in the game. Oh, really? I have no idea who this person is. We're going to have a good time with it. Look at you making a glaze. Yeah, you love that? You like that, Bill? I'm doing it. Here we go. Let's try this. It's going to be a disaster. Oh, actually, it looks okay. Oh my gosh, you kidding me? It actually is going to be okay. Oh my gosh, this is going to be super good. Wow. My miniature does not suck. All right. Go on there, kind of nice. I think this would be really good. Because I didn't want it to be like as dirty as like a skeletal bone or anything like that, but I didn't want it to be as. I'll show you the color in a second. Now I have to be careful because I don't want this to pool, or it's going to have more of that bone feel to it. I don't mind it having more of a gray color than I do have. I do not want as much of the bone color, if that makes any sense at all. I'll show you what I mean in a second. We're going to paint all along this stuff. Here we go. All the way down there. That's the plan. Go right in there. Good. Okay. There a little bit. It's going to be a little... I'm going to have to kind of watch this because it could pull pretty easily. I don't care if I hit the base because I'm going to go over the base with something. Probably put some kind of thing on there. Oh, here's a whole bunch of skin I missed. We're going to go back and hit this skin right there in just a second. Let's get some more of that cool stuff on here. I went a little overboard on the medium, but that's okay. Yep, there you go. I normally don't try to do too many crazy things like this. A little out of my wheelhouse, but we're having fun. Like I said, what's the worst thing that could happen? Prime it again. Actually worked out really good. Pretty impressed with that. Down the arms, all the way down the arms here. Again, it's not going to matter if I hit the blade because I'm going to be doing something like that. That's going to be darker than this color, so it doesn't really matter. Little corsage thing here. Is that what those are? What are these things called? Little thing around the waist there. Those are called corsets or something. Probably not a corset. Maybe I should try a different word than that. Definitely, probably not a corset. But that was good, Baron. Good job. There we go. I think that's closer to the color they have on the little thingy I have. I do want to get some off of here if I can, right here. The hair. Don't like it in the hair. Okay. That I like better. I like that better. Boom. So much better. Okay, that's better than the white that we had before. Because that wasn't really white. That was like fake white. Okay. Oh, that was something. Okay. Woof. We managed to salvage a little bit of... We're salvaging. We're salvaging the mini as we go here. I need dark brown. All right. We need my favorite color of all time, which is snakebite leather, because I love snakebite leather. Find if I can find it. Skeletal hard. Yellow, wildwood, snakebite leather. Nope, fail. Not snakebite leather. Okay, I promise next time we do this, I'm going to have these sorted by colors. So I know where all my colors are. The last thing you want to do is watch me like looking for a color. I love how I grabbed the yellow, like that wasn't even close. Where did snakebite leather go? Oh, here it is. The last place I look, of course, right? Yay! All right, now I want that. Okay, here's the picture, but I'm just kind of spicing it up a little bit. So, like I said, this is why I want to do that kind of more color that we decided to use here. It looks a little bit more like that color, right? I think that's okay. I want a little bit more on certain spots here. I think we're going to try a little bit more. Like, it looks okay. Corner. Yeah, that looks okay. If I really want to be daring, I'd probably try to dry brush that a little white maybe, but I'm not going to. No daringness here. We did enough Dirk the Daring today. All right. Oofda. Okay. Snakebite leather. I was going to use this for the eye patch. It's not supposed to be for the eye patch, but I've already messed up the eye patch and painted it a super dark color, or this other color, so we're going to go over it with this brown. There we go. I also want to hit this belt, even though it's not technically supposed to be like that. That's the deal. We're going to see what we can do here. I'm going to paint a little bit on this belt too, just to get it around. There we go. Spawn. Thank you. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for the donation. That's amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, you are super generous. Thank you so much for that. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. It's awesome. That's very nice of you. Very nice of you. Yeah. It's definitely going to make up for the craft miniature. Because I've totally butchered this thing to pieces. Though we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back slowly. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it. Very, very nice of you. And I love the little rhinoceros or hippo. Hippo dude. Pretty sweet. I don't know how you do that. That's pretty sweet. Oh, I'm going to get some orange. Nope, yellow. Nope, not that yellow. I want orange or yellow. What should we put for her hair? Like in her little bow tie things. Orange or yellow? Nah. Well, purple maybe. Definitely not green. I mean, who wants? Look, the Eagles color. I want that. But Spawn, thank you so much. That's very generous of you. Awesome. All right, I think we're gonna go yellow. We'll get a little yellow in there. Why not? Now, of course, I've kind of butchered this a little bit, but that's okay. Pink. Ooh, I like that. Okay, Adrian, you win. I like that. Pink, pink, love it, love it, love it. Pink, pink. Let's do it. I got some voluptuous pink. It's even called voluptuous pink because that's an amazing name for a color. Boom. And that's going to go really good with the red that's kind of all over it anyway. So that'll work perfect because I've already got red all over where I'm painting anyway. So pink will kind of blend in a little bit, hopefully. Oofda. Need some pink right on these little bow tie things here. I like that because it actually blends in with the red a little bit, but still not enough, but it still pops out enough. Super happy with that idea. Wow, you have saved me. Thank you, Adrian. That was great. I think that's going to be a way better call than the yellow was going to be. There we go. Love it. Good stuff. A little bit of pink in there. I think that's going to be cool. Cool, cool. Sweet. Okay, we're getting good. We're doing things good. Now, I have to get back to the brown because I think I've also failed in the brown. I have to get back over that again. Let's see here. I need some more of this snakebite leather down here. I kind of messed up the belt a little bit, but we're going to try to touch this up a little bit and get it so it looks looking good. A little bit. Now, the actual model doesn't show it doing this, but I'm doing it because I think it's kind of, you'll get a little bit more. Otherwise, it's just that one same color all the time. Not that I can say too much because almost every miniature I paint is like brown, brown, brown. But in the world of Madara, where everything's got these cool colors, I'm really surprised that they had this like character just all flat, like these flat, we call it cream type color. But it really makes her hair stand out, which I'm sure is why they did it that way. Speaking of hair standing out, let's add a little bit to that. Because we want that hair to pop. No, it's already popping like crazy. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to try a little bit of this, but usually when I dry brush this into a red, it doesn't really pop out as much as I hope it does, and I have to add some yellow to it. That's the deal. The pro at work like Picasso. Derek from Canje Studios joining. Thank you for joining, Derek. Awesome to see you. I was just, you missed the beginning. I told everybody that on Tuesday, if for those of you joining right now when Canje joined, next Tuesday, Canje and I are going to be putting together the insert for Aeon Trespass. Now, we're not going to get the whole thing assembled in one night because this thing's monstrous. I have one of the bags right here from Fancy But Functional. Right here. It is, this is just one. I think it came in like 3 giant bags. So, we're going to get that. We're going to work on that together and we're going to chit-chat while we do it. It's going to be super, super fun. Master at work, the pro at work. I don't know about that. My miniature has been under duress all night. All night has been under duress. We have slowly been salvaging this thing as we've been painting here. It's been something else. Right now we're going to try to work on the hair a little bit. The hair's got a super neat dark red color to it, but I want to try to get a little bit more in it. I want to make it shine a little bit more, or stand out a little more. So we're going to try to put a little bit of these orange dry brush into it. See what happens here. Like I said, orange might be a little bit too soft of a color. We'll see what happens here. Or too, it might not be a big enough color change. Feel that's the way. I got my wood glue, nails, and bolt gun ready. Well, if you need a bolt gun and nails, then you have the wrong insert, my friend. But yes, I hear what you're saying. It's going to be quite an underfeat. It'll be pretty cool. It'll be fantastic. Don't let him fool you, Canje. He just made a glaze. I think he's been holding back. Bill! Oh, you cracked me up, Bill. I have not been holding anything back. I am a rookie painter. I am here to show people how to do things. Here we go. Back to the hair. Now, if I can get a little bit more, really get the tips. See how that looks. Looks kind of cool. The orange is kind of coming through. There. Now let's go to this side. One up front. Okay, look on top. That looks fine. After that, I got another plan. Always lots of plans when I do painting. So this goes. Go down this. Here, a little bit here. That's the deal. Love it. What ratio did you do for the contrast for the skin color? That's a great question, board game officer. Give me 1 second here and I will show you. I'm just going to finish up the hair down here. One more little bit here. Really kind of got a lot of orange on. Okay. So the skin is actually, well, it was a giant goofball, and it actually turned out okay. See, like I said, I've been salvaging this miniature from the very beginning. We started with Gilliman flesh, and that was just straight up Gilliman flesh. Then I had to salvage it with some barbarian flesh to try to bring it back because the color itself for the miniature is like this super, I don't go outside to tan skin color. So I wanted it lighter, so I used some barbarian flesh to get it back up to that color. Does that make sense? That's what I did. Now, I sadly remembered that I had a piece of some of the flesh here. Oh, right over here. We got to paint that. That is a part of the flesh I did not paint, so we got to paint that. I'm going to put a little Gilliman flesh back there, and then I'm going to go over it with the barbarian flesh. I got to find my Gilliman flesh. Here it is. Womp, right here. So here you can see it in action again. A little bit of Gilliman flesh on my brush. That's actually too much. One thing I don't like is a lot of contrast paint when it comes to making flesh colors. I don't like a lot of it there. So just putting enough there to kind of get the little base of it. That's fine. And it kind of came back around. We're going to kind of just wash that off back here. Okay. Now we're going to wait for that to dry a little bit. Then we'll come back to it. There you go. Right there. So see how dark that is right now? Get that up a little bit here in a second. Do you prefer acrylic over pro acrylic? Well, pro acrylic because I'm the pro, right? I don't even know what you're asking, Canje. Do you prefer Citadel? Oh, Citadel over pro acrylic. Oh my gosh, maybe if I read your comment, that might help, right? I think one of the things is I grew up painting with Citadel paints for a long, long time. And then I got a Citadel Army Painter paints, but I went back to when they did the contrast, and now I've gotten the speed paints, and I kind of go back and forth. They are intermixable. Very intermixable is the deal. I don't have a preference either way. I think I think I mentioned once where if I wanted more of a brighter miniature, like a brighter, for example, here I got two. This is gonna be perfect. Oh, I came prepared. Super dumb luck. So for example, this one was painted with contrast paints. The purples and stuff like that. We're all done with contrast paints, the browns and all that. The metal, of course, is just straight metal. I don't do anything. I don't do like non-metallic metals or anything. Now, on the flip side, this one was painted completely with speed paints. Speed paint is what I painted these with. That's the deal. So, as you can see, like I said, if you like having more, it looks like a brighter tone to me. This does, the speed paints, than does the contrast paints. Contrast paints seem to be more of a darker tone, if that makes sense. That's just me, though. So if I ever, like, especially the flesh colors, I mean, I know you don't really see much of the flesh on. Like, let's put his hand next to her face. Hand next to his hand. It's a lot lighter color. That's the deal. Well, I don't even know what pearl acrylics are. So, pearl acrylics aren't contrast. Sweet. I don't know what pearl acrylic for the win. Is that the, what is a pearl acrylic? You know what? I'll look it up tonight. I'll get back to you on that one, huh? See, and you think I'm the pro, Canje? You're talking. You're like on next level. So's Bill. All the rest of the painters are all on next level. I barely get to a level. The only level I can get to is the level of exhaustion. Is what I get when I'm painting. It's about the only level I get. Oh. Now let's see. I need barbarian flesh. Going back over here where the barbarian flesh is. Put a little dab on there. Not too much. And I'm just going to kind of rub some of it off on here, but then we're going to go back to where that is that I am. I'm just going to kind of rub it right in there and see if I got it lighter now. Happy. That's the deal. Happiness. I only learned about them last year, but I like their paints. A Pro Acrylic is a paint company. Well, there you go. I learned something new right now. It took you what you learned a year ago. I just learned right now. So I have to go check out some pro acrylics. That'll be the plan. Yeah. Now, what are we gonna do? Okay, I am going to like that. What can I do about that? Sorry, I just noticed something that's going on. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to make the hair come out even more. So we're gonna get some yellow. I'm gonna put some yellow down. That's the deal. You can dramatically change the tone of contrast or speed paints with the color of your base primer. Yes, that's very true, Bill. 100%. So for using white versus gray, definitely makes a difference when it comes to what you're doing with the speed paints and contrast paints, for sure. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Now we're going to take a yellow, and now this is a new dry brush I got. And I'm going to just use a little bit. I'm taking almost all of it off because I don't want this to get too much on here. I'm just going to lightly go over it with this yellow. See if that's, because that'll help bring it out even more. Especially up near the top. We'll see how this goes. Could be a disaster. There you go. There's her hair. Hair's all done. I think I'm okay with the hair, just like that. Leave it just like that. Good. Good work, hair. That's too much yellow. I like that yellow at all, actually. Go back to the orange over here. Come back here, orange. That yellow is horrible. What did you do with Barrett? The slop and drop guy has left the building. I know the slop and drop guy's gone. He's like doing these like dry brushes and highlights and what's going on here. He's out of control, I tell you. Yeah, that's better. Way better. There you go. Hair done. Okay, hair looks good now. I'm okay with the hair now. Woofda. Okay, let's move on to the weapons. Got a plan. So vibrant. Looks so fantastic so far. Great work. Thank you. You want to ask me another question I know nothing about? Oh, I'm just giving you grief, Canje, as always. For those who don't know, Canje Studio is amazing. He runs a channel. You should go check it out. Link to it, I know, is in the description of this video. He's a super fun guy. He and I do co-op chat with Steve every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. It is 9 a.m. their time. So who loses an hour of sleep? Just to hang out with those two. I would lose an hour of sleep to hang out with them. They're fantastic guys. All right. We need more snakebite leather because that's my favorite color, and we're going to use it. And then we're going to do, oh no, I got a better plan. We're going to do the metal right now. On the things, we're going to come back to it because I got a plan. That's the plan here. Oh my gosh, I got to get this cap up. Okay, so my metal has seen better days. Like, it doesn't even work at all anymore. I mean, it's just like a new metal. But it does pour out, okay, once you pour it out of here. Someday I'll get a new metal, but there's still paint in here. It still works, so why would I get rid of it, right? Like I said, I always get a little more than I need, but that's okay. It goes way faster and we get a new one pretty soon. We're going to do, okay, you're going back up here before I break you. Here we go. So I got this metal paint. We're going to put it on here. This would be awesome. Now, if I remember, her cleaver is the whole dealie, isn't it? Yeah, her cleaver is the whole dealie. We're going to paint the metal right on here. The whole cleaver is going to all the way up to her hand. I'm going to try something that might not work. We're going to give it a shot, and I think it'll be cool if it does. If it doesn't, oh well. Not the end of the world. Now, let's see here. Is that metal going to be? Yeah. I got to be careful about this. Here you go. I'm curious how you make the metal shine. You are funny. I put the metal on and I shine it in the light. That's how I make it shine. To be super careful not to hit the hair because I spent so much time actually doing the hair. Now, you're going to notice right through here is some more of the cleaver. We're going to do our very best to hit that cleaver without hitting the hair. Guarantee you I'm going to fail. Let's see how this goes here. Doing our very best. I feel like I'm playing mousetrap, trying to get things back here. That'll be good enough. Okay. Good enough, good enough. Okay. Metal on there. Okay, now we're gonna go to, oops, a little more here. Not much, just gotta touch this. There you go. Okay. Now we're gonna go to the handles of these things. And then we're gonna do our secret trick. Ancient secret. It's not a secret. I have no secrets. Happy painting table night, folks. Matthew, awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. Awesome to have Matthew here. Good to see you. Yes, we are painting. We're painting a Middara. It was supposed to be Frosthaven or Deep Madness. Instead, I got a deeply busted airbrush. So I have to get a new airbrush in order to prime, because I can't prime in the wintertime here in Minnesota. Can't do it outside. It doesn't work. I don't have a heated garage, so it's just a pain in the butt. So I prime with my airbrush, but not today. That's okay. But that's also okay because I had a revelation that I should be playing more Madara. So we're doing some Madara stuff here today. We're working on her. Good to see you, Matthew. Thank you for joining. What are you painting? I'm painting that newt in the background. It is newt in the background, Matthew. You have noticed newt in the background. There's a new drawing I got from Matthew. This was sent to me in an email. I printed it up because it's awesome. I actually have stuff hanging all over my painting area and back here because this is like the only place I'm allowed to decorate in the house. It's part of being married. So, like, I've got that. I've got this, and this. Two things I've got back here. What else I got back here? Do I still have it over here? No, where'd it go? Oh, I think I put it over here. Did I put it behind here? Or did I just finally get rid of it? No, oh, I got my Mandalorian back. But I got a Christmas tree ornament. Got that back here. Or I shouldn't say it. Sorry, it's Captain Phasma. It's not Mandalorian. See what else I've got. There was another. Where did I go with it? Why did I take it down? I used to have Buttercup hanging up around here. She used to be part of the deal. Whoa, what did I do? Probably broke something. Let's see here if I can fix all this. Yeah, I used to have Buttercup somewhere from the Powerpuff Girls. I don't know where she went. She used to be up in this area. She's gone. But then I also have I have Ahsoka here. Oops, that's the wrong thing. There you go. Ahsoka's always painting with me. She's right here. She's always painting with me. She hangs out over there on the painting station. I've got my little Lego dude, my favorite Lego guy of all time. He's my Lego alien guy. He's my favorite guy of all time. He hangs out with me. I got a friend of mine who sends me birthday cards every year, and she's absolutely an amazing artist. And so, I'm going to move that camera a little bit, and you're going to get dizzy. She sent me this one this year. It's right over here. This one says, hello. Look, it's got tiles, gaming tiles on it, and guitars that I play in a band. So it's supposed to look like that. So she gave me a birthday card. She always makes them. She hand makes these with because she's a scrapbooker, and she should really do a channel and sell those things. Should be amazing. I've got stuff for my kids over here. I got stuff all over the place. Um, I got the kids I taught in Poland. I got a picture of them in the hangout here. Uh, I got my thing from my 2 kids on Father's Day. I got that. What else I got here? There's a lot of little stuff. So yeah, I decorate this stuff with all my stuff. I love the Lego Alien. I didn't know that existed. It's from a place called Citizen Brick. Look it up. I don't know if he has that one anymore up for sale, but he at one point this was on sale, so I picked it up. It was. I hate to say that I actually paid like $20 for this Lego dude, but I paid $20 for that Lego dude. But it's super cool, and I'm super excited for it. So yeah, I got like stuff all over. When I get things sent to me, like I got this one. This one a friend of mine in Poland drew me. He drew this one for me, and I have that hanging up here. I got some other stuff hanging up over there too. Maybe I'll bring that down next time. You can look at it. So I like to hang it up. Worth it. Totally is, Matthew. Totally is worth it. Oh, and I showed these off a little while ago. I made these just a while ago. Healing potions. Healing potion. You put the stuff in here and you drink it. If you're interested in how that all works, you can watch earlier in the stream. And I don't take any credit for it. It was from I totally ripped it off from a person showing me how to do all of it. The healing potion. I did not do any of that. All right, now we're gonna do something cool. Hopefully this is cool. We'll see how this goes. So my plan is I've got these cool paints over here called Turbo Dark paints, which make paints sparkle. So I think I'm gonna go with this blue, maybe a green. No, I can't do green. But I got this this might not work because it tells you how this works. So here's the deal. It says Turbo Dark. It says shake well before use. Make sure your tip is clear. For most vibrant results, apply over a blue undercoat. We're gonna put it right over silver and see how this goes. This could be a bad idea, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool. And then if it does work, it's gonna turn into this type color. It's gonna have this kind of reflecting out of it. Now, it doesn't mean it's gonna be blue. In theory, the silver is still gonna shine through, but I'm really hoping that this will work. We'll see how this goes. This could be a giant disaster, but you're supposed to shake it up really good. You can kind of hear it shaking in there because it's kind of more of it reminds me a lot of a kind of almost like a really thin glue. The paint itself is what it reminds me of. But I'm gonna shake this up real good, and we're gonna put it on on the hatchet and see what happens. Could be a bad idea, but what's the worst thing that happened? Just go back over it with silver. Doesn't work. And you're supposed to put 3 to 5 thin layers on, and we'll see if that actually matters here, or if one might be enough. We'll see how it goes here. Shake, 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 shake the paint up. Shake, 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 shake the paint up. Got a painting shake song. Okay, now let's go down and figure out what we're gonna do here with this. That'll be good. Yeah, when you think you've shaken it up, shake it more. Yes, 100%, Bill. This stuff, like, you got to shake this stuff. It's like I said, it's like a glue almost inside there. But you can still hear the ball rolling. Sometimes the ball even gets stuck up in the top of this thing. You got to kind of bang it down in order to get it out of there because it shakes, because it's kind of a thick paint. But okay, here we go. So we're gonna get this paint. We're gonna put it right over here. And it comes out. There you go. And it's a really thick paint here. We're going to see what we can do with this. Let's see if this works. What do you guys think? If I do a poll on this one, 50-50, works? Let's see. Let's go. Most of the time my poll doesn't work. Now, a little bit on my brush here. We're going to paint it right on this silver thing and see what. I just kind of want it right along the bottom here. It might not really work on the silver too much because the silver's already reflecting silver. It's already a reflective paint. That kind of works. You're bringing it down farther and farther to the bottom. Let's see, what do you think? I should be doing is going this way and coming down. That's what I should be doing. Steve, greetings. Good to see you. Thank you for joining, Steve. It's awesome to have you here. You are right in the middle of my experiment. My experiment with Turbo Dork paints. We're trying an experiment here. And yeah, painting these on top of metal isn't the greatest idea because it's already metally. That's the deal. Lots of super thin coats. Yes, that's the deal. Lots of super thin coats to get this to work. And when you're trying to paint these for a stream, super thin coats don't work too well because you want the game. What is that game from? Great question, Steve. We are painting figures from Middara today. I have been reinvigorated to get back to Middara because I think it'll be cool to get back into. I've stepped away from it for too long, and it's time to get back to Madara. So I'm hoping to record a new episode of Madara coming up pretty soon. But I wanted to try this Turbo Dork paints on the silver, and it's okay. I was thinking it would be more of a dealie here, but I think it'll be good. Looks like she just butchered the ocean, more or less what it looks like. It'll be okay. There you go. What do you think of League of Dungeoneers? I haven't actually got to the table yet. It's there. It's sitting on the table. And so is the 250-page rulebook. I'm planning to play it. I'm hoping to record it soon. That's my plan. I was way more excited about it than I thought I was going to be. That's for sure. When I first got the box and I heard about a 250-page rulebook, I was like, really? 250 pages? But it actually, I was really impressed with how well that rulebook was. Because you don't need to read it all. There's a lot of cool things in the book. And it's almost, I was actually surprised about how much, as I was reading it, I was reading the stuff that I thought that it says you didn't need to read. And I was intrigued by it and I wanted to read it. I was excited to read it. Because there's a lot of cool things that they're doing in the game that you don't really need to do, but if you don't, that's too bad. And it's really cool that they're doing them. So I've been learning. I've been reading through the rulebook, and it's actually I'm really impressed with it. I think it's really neat so far. At least that's what I have found so far. 250-page rulebook. Is there an audiobook version? That's way too long. 100% thought that as well, Matthew. That's why I was originally putting that game right into the garbage. Well, I would have never put the game in the garbage. I apologize. I should never have said that. That's not where it would have get. I'm just, what I should have said is that was why I originally thought I was probably not going to be able to get a game like that to the table for the channel. But now that I've started reading it, it's really kind of been cool. Plus, the amount of content is insane. It is insane. There's a huge map. There's all those tiles. There's so many adventures. I was intrigued by the quest book, too. I thought that was pretty awesome. You can go somewhere and just get a quest and do this whole neat little quest chain just all on its own. I thought that was really a neat way of doing it. I really like that. I thought that was really cool. I have one more thing we got to do. We got to get this green. This is another Turbo Dork paint. I'm going to put this green right on the edge. And the reason why, if you look at her saber, it's hard to show it when I'm not showing you it. It has that green little glint on it. So I'm pretty excited to try that. That's the deal. Did you see there's a new version of Nemesis coming? If Nemesis 1 is based on Alien, the new one looks like it's based on Aliens. 100% agree. Matthew, yeah, I saw that in their stream that they did. That is going to be super cool. I will be an instant back on that one. I will probably be an all-in instant backer on that one with the whole, what they call it, Sundrop Pledge and all that fun stuff. I'll have it all. I will have it all. There's no way I'm not getting that. Alien's my favorite movie of all times. And And Alien is one of my favorite movies of all times too. So if I went all in on Alien movies, I'm obviously going to go all in on an Aliens movie. So that's the deal. Put a little bit of this green on here. Put this little bit of, I'm just going to dab this green right on there. I don't plan to paint this on at all. I'm just going to dab the green on. So yes, super excited for that. Super excited. And it looks like the green is just going to go right here. Well, then we're going to drop it. Probably smear the green everywhere. Nope, got lucky. There you go, a little bit more. More. Dot there. Green dot there. Great. Now over here, I want a green dot right here. There you go. Perfect. Nice green dot on those. I like that. That's gonna be kind of cool. It's like a green jewel in there. Perfect. I love it. I think that'll be good. I wonder if Colin has seen Alien or Aliens. 100% no. The answer to that. 100% no. 100% no. I tried to make him watch Alien or Alien. Actually, I tried to make him watch Aliens. I even looked for the made-for-TV version of it. I couldn't find the made-for-TV. Yeah, I think you'd really watch that. I think you'd enjoy that. But I couldn't find it. That's the deal. I need to find it is what I'm doing. I'm definitely getting that as well. Doubt I'll go all in, but I don't generally do all in pledges. Too much space used for all those boxes and rarely explore all the content. Anyway, very, very true. 100% true. There's a lot of content I should explore with my games that I haven't yet. How did D&D go? That's a great question, Steve. Steve, D&D went great. They ran into a cult, a Kraken cult, and they had to defeat this Kraken cult that was in charge of some of the townsfolk had joined this group, and they had to save a person's lover from it, from being sacrificed. So that was what they did, and they really enjoyed it. From what I gather, they really liked it. So a lot of fun. Colin had a great time. He was really he was overwhelmed because they wanted to start at 5th level, and I kind of thought that might happen, but they still wanted to be 5th level, and it actually worked out really well. But then the next night, we played a 1st level adventure. I toned all their characters back to 1st level, and that went really well as well. We kind of did the, if anybody knows who Matt Kovala is, he's a YouTuber that has to do Dungeons and Dragons and things of that nature, but he had a kind of like, it's kind of become one of this famous like first mission dungeons if you wanted to make one, where they go into this like tomb covered with goblins, and then it kind of does the whole like has a puzzle, it has a trap, it has some encounters, it has you have to save somebody kind of thing, and it's kind of like this basic adventure that you can do real quick with people so that they can see what Dungeons and Dragons is like. And I did that with them, and they enjoyed that one. I'm curious why you do Sundrop instead of just doing wash yourself. Great question, Matthew. Great question, Matthew. The reason I do that is because once I look at the cost of the all-in pledge without the Sundrop and the cost of pledge with the Sundrop, it's not that much more. And then all my minis are painted, and I'm gonna do anything. For how much I love to paint minis, if they come painted, I'm not gonna say no. So if they're going to paint do a Sundrop for just a fraction of well, not a fraction, but by the time you're getting up in that all-in pledge, it's not really that much more, I would think. And when it came to Nemesis, I liked the Sundrop because pure laziness. Yes, 100% pure laziness on the head. Hammer, nail, head. Perfect. Fantastic. Yes, 100%. Where was I before laziness? Oh, now I will take a step back. If you've watched my Nemesis playthroughs, I actually still do paint the heroes because they actually have come as a gray wash or gray Sundrop, and so I actually can paint the contrast paints and stuff, and the other paints just right on top of those on the already Sundrop paint. So since they're gray, it works out great because I actually painted them on right on top there, and I painted with the color of kind of the character that goes with it. So like the android is painted mainly in green. The pilot was painted mainly in green. The survivor was painted mainly in, I think, a red and orange. The hacker was painted in green. I'm just remembering the green characters apparently. So yes, and Colin has not seen Aliens, and you're still his friend. I know. Sometimes you have to take the good and the bad. That's the deal. Oh, I bet that would work well. Very clever. It is. Sometimes I'm clever. The first level game that I run consists of a wizard hiring out the party to find a giant toad and harvest its gizzard. That toad is also attacked by kobolds because they like toad meat. So you're fighting like a multiple battle at the same time. Is that the deal that's going on? That sounds pretty awesome. That sounds pretty awesome. Pretty impressed by that. That's pretty good. Oh, we need snakebite leather. That was what we need. And we're getting close to the end of this miniature, man. Real close. This has been fun. This has been super fun. We have gone from a ravaged miniature that needed all the help it could get. It's actually looking pretty good right now. I'm pretty excited about this. I was a little worried about how this was going, but it's turning out to be very good. Now, what and who this is, I have no idea. Actually, I think I know the name. It's Aisling, or Aisling, right here, Aisling Dirks. I don't know anything about her. The backstory is on the back, but I didn't read it because I'm excited to meet her in the actual game. So I don't have any idea who this actually is until we get to the game. Like I said, I'm actually planning to play some of this now. I'm going to record on the channel. Because my goal was to get all the way through Act 1 before Act 2 came out, and we'll see if I can do that. I still obviously have time, but it's getting closer and closer, not getting all the way through it. I can already see how that's going. Let's see if I got everything there. Perfect. Now under here, we're going to do the same thing. Right there. Grab it on my brush. Now I've got my smaller brush right now. And I always like to prop my hand on something. I'm using my thumb right now as a brace, I should say. And do it, flip it, put it down here. A little bit underneath there. We're gonna go there. The back side, I can follow this all the way. There we go. Perfect. That's the deal. I love it. Mix up snakebite and speed paint hard leather for a dome variation. Really? I never thought about that. So you and you're mixing paints. I need to learn how to do that. What is this play you speak of? I assumed games were just something you store in. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, that's pretty good. This whole of space, that's for sure. Have you tried one of the GW painting handles? It's been a lifesaver for my hands. Yes, I have one. I don't use it. I should use it. It's right here. I don't use it very often. Mainly, I don't know why. Because I put it on there. I think it's because I'm still finding myself holding like my hand to this thing like this and just still supporting it. And I just find it easier to actually hold this and move it around, I think, without this. But this does come into play every once in a while. I will say it does. It does come into play in the once in a while, but I think I have a better chance of, not only that, I have a better chance of dropping the miniature if I don't use the handle, which is always classic dropper. Love it. Do you prefer sore hands? Yes, that and backs and sore necks and stuff like that. Yeah, I do. I do. Oh, we need a little more silver here. Because we got to get the, I'm just going to paint these little edges of this axe thing silver. I don't really know if that's what color they are, but that's what we're going with here. And same with down here. There you go, and in the back. Right around. There you go. I think that should be pretty. Now, I've hit here a little bit with that red, and there's a little bit down here, but we're just going to have to deal with it. That's just going to be the deal. We're going to be okay with it. That's the deal. Oh no. I hit the silver up in her hair. Right there. Yuck. Seriously? Barf. Alright, I got a plan for that. We'll see what I can do. I'm doing warm down yoga for my sore neck and back right now. Drawing all day is pretty rough on your neck and back. Oh, Matthew, that's no good. That's no good. Drawing's awesome. I am not a drawer. I cannot draw anything to save my life. I am absolutely terrible at drawing. Um, my I even tried, like, my wife and kids do Art Hub for Kids, which is a little YouTube channel that is kind of cool because he and his kids draw things together, and you and your kid can draw with them. I am terrible. I am terrible at drawing. Horrible. I can't draw to save my life. No, I'm gonna try this. We'll try this. So I hit this with the silver, which is stinky. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this dragon red. It's kind of hidden in the back here, so people aren't really gonna see it. So this little dragon red, enough, a little bit of that, a little teeny bit. Put it right back there where that metal is, and nobody's really gonna kind of blend in there a little bit. There, kind of blended in with the hair a little bit. A little bit over there. That kind of looks like it's supposed to be there. See, here, looks like it's supposed to be there. All along. Over. That's fine. Wow, that really stands out. Red was not. Okay, I might go a little bit of orange on top of that. Okay, I got a plan with orange on there. This hair was looking so good. Now I've all screwed it all up. I'm a master of screwing it all up, that's for sure. A little bit of orange in there. Blend it in. Orange on that side, and we'll blend it in a little bit. There, I think that's okay. Now it all kind of looks like the same color. Good, good, good. We're pretty happy with that. I'm going to put a little bit of orange on top here, too. There. Perfect. Good. Seems like you have a good creative outlet with mini painting. I wish I got minis painted. I design the things for a living, but never get around to painting them. Oh, Matthew, that's right. Oh my gosh, designed so many minis. I would be able to do that. You know, I kind of do wish I could retire so I could sit here and paint all day. That would be so much fun. I would have an absolute blast painting all day long. Super, super cool. I would love to do that. 10:30. Oh wow, that's perfect. I'm gonna say maybe I'll do the base, but I think I'll save the base. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that base. What's probably gonna happen to the base is something like this. I'm gonna eventually make it something probably like this, except probably not that color. I'll probably go with I have these like cool textured paints, Darkland Battlemar, which is probably what I'm gonna use. And let's just go ahead and do it right now. It won't take too long. So let's do this. I need this paintbrush right here. If anybody's not used these, I love these paints. These are the only problem with these paints. They are expensive, and there's cheaper ways to do exactly what I'm about to do. But I do this. This is the deal. Like I've got, oh boy, here we go again. I'm going to try to find some stuff. Let's see if I can find it. Where is Barrett's hobby material? Let's find out. Oh boy. Oh, I think I found some of it. I've got like these, I've got a bunch of Elmer's glue, and I've got a lot of these little stones. These like sand that you can put on your miniatures if you want to. I've also got stuff in here that I can use. We have stuff up here. I got junk everywhere, but we're not going to do that. Great job with your painting. When I try to paint minis, they end up looking like they were in a paint store and exploded. Time for the flock. I do have flock. But I'm gonna use this Darkland mud, and then I usually put like just like one of these like tufts of grass that I've got. I usually use like little tufts of grass. I put these on them. That's just what I do. No, there is flock, and I do have a whole ton of flock somewhere. What am I doing? Oh, here it is. Well, I got some. Here's some of the flock. Well, I got Moss, and got Randy. No, I'm kidding. I don't have Randy. Randy Moss, ex-Viking player. I do have a huge thing of flock somewhere in this place. I see it. See if I can get to it though. I have to like sneak through a few cameras here to see if I can get to it without making a huge mess. Let's see if I can do it. Up, over, oh, banging the camera. There you go. Yep, right here. Block. Whole bunch of it. And if you ever are interested in buying flock and you look in the store and you go, oh my gosh, is that much for flock? I've had this since 2000 and I think 5. Let's see what it says. Yeah, 2005. And I've still got like an astronomical amount of it. I've based Warhammer minis with this stuff. And I have yet to run out. So don't feel like you're ever gonna run out of stuff if you decide to get flock. So what I could do if I'm interested, actually maybe I'll try that. This stuff I can paint in there, and then my stuff won't. No, it's not all dry. After I paint it on there and it dries, I could go with that flock and I could glue some of the flock on where I want to. That's another thing I could do. But we're gonna take some of this stuff, and this is like super thick. Look how thick this is. We're just gonna take it out of there and put it right on the base. And now we have to mush it around the base. Being careful not to put it on hit our feet. But we're gonna hit the feet anyway. That's just gonna be what happens. Because the feet are so small in this miniature, it's just gonna be like she's standing in mud, and that's just gonna be the deal. Nothing I can do about that. Now with Madara, the interesting thing about it is usually with these figures, I have a tendency to paint the rim of the base equal to what number they're going to be on their battle card, if that makes any sense. If nobody's played Middara yet, that probably made absolutely no sense at all. So they'll tell you in the book kind of what creatures should go on the board and in where and what colored rims they should have. So instead of using the rims, I use what do you call it? I actually just paint the color of the base equal to what that was going to be. But I don't think this person is going to have that type of thing going on. I think this is going to be just like a character that's just kind of around. So I don't think this person's actually going to end up fighting me. Maybe it will. I don't know. Find out. Maybe I'll make the wrong choice. Next thing I have to try to beat her. So there's some of it's on there. Keep on going. More of this. Quite a bit. That's okay. Let's see. I need to back in the thingy there. Oh boy. Or just on my table. But I'm being careful again not to get it too much onto the shoe of the mini. But it's still going to, I know it will. That's okay, like I said, she's standing in mud. Look at you. There you go. Now with this stuff, you do want to kind of put it on thick because when it starts drying, wherever you don't have quite a bit of it, it'll just kind of look like you painted the base brown. It won't really look like it has any type of texture to it or anything. And then you can go back and dry brush this if you want to, like with a light brown or something if you want to, or you can just leave it this color. It's up to you. You can add some more embellishments to it later. You could add like rocks and things like that to it if you want to. Good enough. Go a little bit more. Not a lot, just a little bit. Add the mini. I need a little bit more than that. That was barely nothing. But yeah, if you're interested in getting this stuff, watch out. This stuff is really it's more expensive than it probably should be, or I should say, for what it does. It's most people might not think it's worth the expense, but for me, it's like there we go, it's done. Now we're gonna look at our minis, see if there's any parts of that base that I didn't get with the gray. Yeah, there's a little part right here. Go. Like I said, we're still gonna hit her foot a little bit. I'll put it right there. Still didn't hit. Go. That's how you do it. I apologize ahead of time for Oathsworn Chapter 14's box. Well, I'm excited to see it because we are getting to get. I do have it confirmed that we are doing Monday is going to be we're fighting our 13th battle on Monday, and then we're going to continue going every week with Oathsworn. One of the reasons we're going hard and heavy with Oathsworn, I should probably think different words, is because, and then we are playing ISS Vanguard as well, but I think Colin and I have decided we're really going to hit Oathsworn big. We really want to power through that game because we're having a lot of fun doing it, and he really wants to play on Trespass. And in order to play on Trespass is another big, huge game. So we want to get this one done so we can play me on Trespass with it. That's the deal. Oathsworn is fun to watch. Thank you, Matthew. Yes, Oathsworn is a blast. I'm having an absolute fantastic time playing it. Can't get enough of that game for sure. And sadly, I know eventually it will come to an end. Now for the base here, I'm just going to take some of this brown paint. And I'm actually grabbing more of the paint than I am the thick stuff. And the reason why is because I want to rim the base. I'm just going to go around the outside of this base with it. Yeah. And I'm super glad this mini painted. I feel bad the other ones didn't. I got to paint them. I got to try to paint them up on my own. We'll do a special stream this weekend. Well, probably not. It's hard to do streams with my family awake, that's for sure. And usually during the days, we do a lot of family stuff. Whew. There we go. We just finished our second playthrough. Really? Wow. Morion Trespass on the channel. That's flocking fantastic. Can't wait. Oh, I love it. Yes, that is definitely coming back for sure. 100%. 100%. We're going to probably play that through cycle 1, and then we'll see if we want to keep on going to cycle 2. That's our plan with that one. And Trespass looks like Kingdom Death Monster in Ancient Greece. It is. And it's going to be interesting because if we decide to do that game and I get my Gambler's Chest, I'm going to be almost doing back-to-back Kingdom Death Monster stuff. It's going to be absolutely out of control. And Trespass Odyssey definitely looks good. It is. What I've played so far, I've had a blast. And I don't think I've gotten really past the tutorial on it yet. I mean, we did kind of 2 story mission stuff and then 2 fights. And that really was kind of, I still think is very tutorial compared to what this game has in store for me, which I'm pretty excited for. Really excited for it. Yeah. So now that we got that done, I could put, like I said, I have some of these tufts. Let's put some tufts on there. They're kind of tough. Get it? Now these guys, you're supposed to take a tweezers. I got tweezers right here. My magic stash of stuff somewhere. Not tweezers. There's a tweezer. Move down. Yep. This is what we call great filming right here. Is when I'm reaching for my tools and all you see is this nothing on the film here. Okay, there I got him. Oh my gosh, tweezer time. Take the thing off the tweezer, on the miniature. That's the deal. That's what we're gonna do here. Got it right here. Now you normally should glue it, but in theory, this paint should actually hold it. So I'm gonna put one right back here, like that, and then I'm gonna pick this piece of dirt off there. I don't want that on there. Take another small one though, and stick it kind of out in front here. Just like that. There. And she's happy. She's super happy. I think she needs is a little bit more this stuff coming to the edge. A little more on my brush here. When I went around the outside of the base, I took some of the stuff that was at the edge off. So we're looking around the space and seeing if we can kind of push some of it towards the edge of the base. Or put it. On thick stuff there. Okay, seriously. As it dries now, that'll look very Oh, that's good. It's not even in the shot. Good work, Baron. You're amazing. Okay, so those of you that's still with me, I'm very pleased because that was super good filming. Right? I'm happy. She turned out awesome. I'm excited. I'm really super excited that we got to do these today. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. What kind of storage do you use for Madara minis? Whew, you're really gonna go make me get that, aren't you? Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, I have some of them in a curio cabinet, but I will attempt to see if I can show you what I got here. Okay, let's just. Okay, parents can do some investigative work over here. Okay, so as usual, I am going to attempt to maneuver around my absolute destroyed board game section here. But I know they're right back here because I saw them the other day. They are them. Oh, yeah, like I don't have enough minis around here. Oh, I think it's right here. Here it is. I think I have. Yeah. Nope. Ha! Fail again. No, those are myth miniatures for the affliction. Sure, now I can't show you because I thought I had them here. Again, this is great filming. This is amazing, amazing work. I am super good at this. I think I know where all my stuff is. What do you think I do? Ooh. Okay. They're in a box like this. I just can't find the box. This is not them. This is another game. This is actually Deep Madness. Deep Madness is in this. Do you even hear me from where I am? Oh, you can. How about that? So they're in a box like that. Here somewhere. I'm actually in the process, if you haven't noticed, my whole gaming collection back here is just out of control. I'm in a process of redistributing all my games into different places and sorting them and going through them. So that included my boxes of all the miniatures that went with the games. Because Madara is actually out there now, and so I was going to put all the miniatures for it out there as well. That was the deal. Yeah, Baron's Rear live on the internet. Yeah, super good. Super good. Ah, yes, YouTube stream has finest. Steve, you made me go do that. You made me do. You made me get up and look for these things. I can't even find them. That's absolutely unbelievable. Wow. So they're in a box like that, very similar to this one. But like I said, this is all Myth miniatures for Myth. So, and some of those are painted. Like I got my ghosts all painted up, but that's about it. Ghosty dudes all painted up, but and my ogres, but I don't have much more. I need to get some of that painted up too. So much stuff to paint, man. Always so much stuff to paint. Baron is committed to playing Madara if he can't find the minis. I know where they are. Actually, I think they might actually be out behind this wall, back where Madara is. Now I think about it. I think I pulled them out of here, put them out there. And I've only painted up to what I've been using. And I do have I have the espers up here that can be painted, that should be painted, that I need to paint. The espers, I think, are right here. I was actually thinking about painting an esper tonight. Was one of the ones I was thinking about painting. It's like I've got like the espers up there ready to be painted, but I didn't. There you go. So now I've come to the end of my stream because now not only have I stopped painting, I've now continuously walked around my painting area, which is absolutely awesome. But thanks for the info. I was looking for a storage solution and needed an idea. Thanks. You're welcome, Steve. I used to actually keep Middara in. I don't have one. I did a video on it a long time ago. If you type in like how I store Middara, meet me at the table, it should be the first video that pops up. I used to store it in the way that's in that video. But then I got the insert from Fancy But Functional, which holds all the stuff, but not the minis. They do hold the minis, but then it has lid lift, and instead of putting the lid lift on, I decided just to axe that and put the minis out separately. And the box still holds the base characters in it, even with the insert from Fancy But Functional. But I keep all the minis in a different box, and then I can just pull them when I need them. Whew. Well, everybody, we did it. We got a mini painted. I'm pretty excited about her. She looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really pleased with how this mini turned out. At first, I was a little skeptical if this was even going to turn out well. But I love the fact she's got a green little jewel in her thing. Everything looks pretty good. She's got a nice little base all done up. She's happy. I'm happy. Everybody's happy. We're all happy here. Thank you. So there you go. Thank you all for joining the painting stream. It was awesome to see everybody. I apologize for how long it's taken me to get one of these out. It's apologize for the sporadic content lately, but hopefully I can get a handle more on that, and I'll get back in the action of getting at least more than one video out in a week if I even did that in the last few weeks. I don't even think I did. So thank you for the stream, good sir. Thank you, sir, for joining, Steve. Always a fan. Greetings. Glad you were able to make it. So I know I have Skyrim coming out. Now I'm going to be playing some more Middara. That'll be coming soon. I'm going to be trying to do League of Dungeoneers. That might take a couple weeks because I got to get the rules down. And even then, I'll probably make a few mistakes because it's a giant rule book. But I'm excited to see where Madara goes now. Super excited. So anyway, that's about all I got for you. Thank you all for joining. We'll be coming back here next Tuesday with Canje Studios. He is going to be joining me. We're going to be making the fancy and functional insert for Aeon Trespass Odyssey. That's going to be amazing. Oh, it's going to be so good. And then I'm going to do a video on it because it actually holds everything in there, including all the sleeved cards. That was the one thing I had the biggest problem with that insert is the fact it can't hold sleeved cards. It was killing me. So, but that's going to be there. So anyway, that's what we got coming up. So thank you so much for joining. If you're excited to see if I can paint more minis that I forget to prime or anything else. And of course, it's so good to see everybody. Thank you so much for joining. If you're excited to see everything, anything, and nothing, then I need you to meet me at the table. Thank you again so much for joining. It was awesome to see everybody. Always a pleasure. Have a great night.